against any fad diets. I really think it's dangerous. I think veganism is anti-fitra. Every civilization ate meat. There are very few civilizations, even the Hindus, you know, so a lot of them are vegetarian, but that's a religious, comes out of their religion. But even Buddhists traditionally ate meat. They usually had Muslims kill it because they couldn't kill it. But if the Muslims killed it, they could eat it. So the Muslims were traditionally...
But are they're vegetarians or vegans? I mean, but are they vegan as well?
They're not vegans.
They're not vegan, right?
I really think fad diets are very dangerous personally. And I've seen people really get sick from fad diets. So I'm not... I know that a lot of the principles of veganism are very sound, like having a lot more vegetables and, you know, but some vegans are very, you know, it just depends on what type.
So,
I think
so it should be vegetables and fruit.
Yeah, the paleo diet is, I think a lot of it depends on where you are genetically, from where you're from and what type of diet. I think there's a lot of truth to that. So it depends. Like some people, my wife's from Native American background, so they don't do well with carbohydrates. You know, corn is the natural maize and things like that, but wheat and things like that are not good for them, and that's why they have such high rates of obesity and diabetes. So Native Americans really suffer from modern diet, because traditionally they ate a lot of meat, buffalo. Eskimos, a lot of fish. So a lot of traditional diets were heavy on meat. You know, it just depends on where you're from. But I think fad diets generally are dangerous. Balance, moderation, and balance. But I do believe that the high carb diet is very bad for people. A good thing. Wheat should be, if it's eaten, it should be eaten in real moderation. But to eat a lot of bread is not a good thing. Now, again, these are for people that can, you know, unfortunately, good food is a lot more expensive, and it's a crime against poor people that so much of the food that they are forced to eat because of the prices is just bad food. And one of the things that when I was growing up, they had food co-ops where people got together so they could buy bulk food. And, you know, this was something that I think needs to happen in places where poor people are, where they can really eat better food by cooperating together.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I wouldn't, of course, I mean, because I come from, I wouldn't necessarily say I come from poverty. I mean, there's some degree of poverty that I do come from, but I definitely live amongst people who are poor, who have been poor, but at the same time, people who just simply think they're poor.
Yeah.
Right. And I think
poverty in America.
Right, exactly.
My immediate family, because my mother, I grew up with my mother, we would be considered poor. But there was a lot of wealth in the family. From, you know, like my grandfather was extremely wealthy. My father's family was very wealthy. But my immediate, you know, we got one pair of shoes for the whole year, you know. Do you remember those tennis shoes? By the end of the year, you wrap them with the duct tape.
We always have bobos. We call them bobos.
No, we had
$1.99 shoes.
Converse.
Converse. They're back out. They're back in style. Converse,
you know, but
there was a question actually